Chewas, welcome to KINTU'S Lounge, the channel of interior design, lifestyle and culture. Today we are going to talk about the Bantu words. We are going to analyze comments which were made by some of our family about the Bantu words. Alright, so how are you all doing? I hope you're doing well. Well, I'm welcoming back my subscribers and all those who are joining us today for the first time. You're welcome. This channel is about uplifting African culture, lifestyle, interior design all over the world, and just to talk about things to do with our culture and lifestyle and history. So today, as I've said, we are talking about, we're going to analyze the comments and also look at some of the comments that people have made on the video I posted about the Bantu words. Alright, so let's begin. The first subscriber, or I don't know if it's a subscriber or they were just commenting, but let's start with the first comment. Someone from Kisiis, a Bantu from Kenya, because Kisiis is in Kenya, a Bantu from there, in the region of Kisiis, said the word elephant in their language is called Enchogu. Enchogu. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correct, alright? And as you already know, that video talked about elephants and names in the Bantu words, Bantu language, and one of them was Enchogu, there was Ndilovu, Enjovu, Nzowu, and so on. So in Kisiis, which is in Kenya, they call it Enchogu. E-N-C-H-O-G-U. Thank you for that comment. Then we go to the second person. This person is from Malawi, and she said that, I don't know if it's a female or it's a male, they visited Uganda, a place called Ginger, where I happen to come from, which is in eastern Uganda. This person said that the Chewa words were similar to the language she had the people in this region talking. So the words in Chewa were similar to the language which is Lusoga. Is Lusoga. That's a Bantu group in Uganda, the Basoga. So Chewa and the Basoga, the words she said are similar. She didn't say which words were similar. It would be nice if she said that as well, so that those who are interested can know and can build their vocabulary. All right. Then we go on to the next person who said she's a Mugusi from Kenya. That's a Bantu group in Kenya, Abagusi. In Uganda we have Abagishu, so I'm sure these two are connected. Abagusi and Bagishu is very similar, I'm sure. They are connected, as you all know. When for those who know, when they were partitioning Africa, tribes, same tribes were divided into different groups of countries. So you find that the people were speaking the same languages. Some remained on one side and the others ended up on the other side of the border. So I'm sure Abagusi and Abagishu are the same people. So Abagusi of Kenya, many words real similar. And she gave an example of muliro. Mulilo. In Luganda we say mulilo, which is fire. In their language they say omerero. Omorero. I hope I'm pronouncing it correct. So she says, "Hi Africa, bring down these imperial borders." I leave that to you people. What do you think? Yeah, so that's a comment. Then another commentator came and said, in Namibia, the words, when she listened to that Bantu video, she said many words in Namibia are also similar to words used by Ugandans, which was very interesting to know. Then there is another subscriber. This is a subscriber of mine, Wildflower 7925. I've seen your comments a lot of time. Thank you so much for your comments, always coming back to my channel and commenting. She says that we are the biggest group in Africa. The sounds remain the same even though the spelling is different. And that is true, because when you look at, for example, we go back to the word elephant, we see in Nzou, then we see in Njovu in Luganda, then we see in Nzou in Shona. We've just seen Egochu, the Kisiis say that. Then we see others who say Ndlovu, that's in Ndebele and in Zulus in South Africa. So we see that although it differs with certain letters, but the sound still remains the same. So that's good. Yes, thank you for that comment. Also Nyama, this is another commentator who said Nyama in Xhosa, it means Nyama in Xhosa, Luganda and Kiswahili is for meat. They all say Nyama. Yeah, and there's a group which said Nama, which says Nama. I go back to that video to see that the Bantu group which says Nama. Okay. Then there's a commentator who says Ntu word is found in Xhosa and Kiswahili, and that is very true. And also it's not only found there, but it's also found like, for instance, the Baganda in Uganda. The first word you learn when you're growing up is Ntu, because it's always, people are always referring to others as Abantu, not Abantu. It's soft B, Abantu. So Abantu meaning people, Omuntu meaning one person. So we find that this word is also used in Luganda to refer to people. Akobuntu, it is the humanity in a person, Akobuntu. And if someone does something and is something which is shameful or something which is embarrassing, or something inhuman, it's someone who say, what happened to her, to their Akobuntu? What happened to their humanity? Omuntu, that is, a person does not do that. That is not a person, it's something a person does. It's not a Kobuntu. Yeah. So yeah. So as you know, Bantu now we know they are in West Africa, they're in Central Africa, they're in Southern Africa, and they went all over the world. Through slavery, a lot of Bantu were taken off the African coast. They're now in America, they're in the Caribbean. We find them in Europe. So part of the diaspora consists of a big number of Bantu. And that is not to say that people who are not grouped as Bantu are not part of this family. They are still part of this family, but they use different words to define them. For instance, in Nigeria, you find there are people there who are really, our cultures in Africa, as you can see, they are similar everywhere, all the way to Gambia, all the way to Burkina Faso. Look at the way people dance. It's just the same everywhere. So that's what I'm trying to say. This Abantu or Ubuntu is an African thing, but having different names in different areas. And it's just that some of them, they share not only the culture and you know, lifestyle, but it goes on to even the words. The words are also similar. So right, so let's continue now. The other commentator is also a Kisiis, a Bantu from Kenya, in Kisiis region again. He says, to laugh, there they say goseka. Remember in Luganda we say kuseka. Nseka, if it's one person, if it's many people, tuseka. Tuseka. And kuseka is the action of laughing. So in Kisiis, they say goseka. Then they say for drum, they say engoma, engoma, which is similar to other areas as well. Most Bantu people, they refer to the drum as engoma. But in Uganda, we have these letters which we soften. So for instead of saying engoma, we say engoma. So that G is softened. Engoma. Engoma. Alright? Then this person goes on, commentator goes on to say, in Kisiis, dreaming is korora. Korora. In Luganda, kulota. They say to see in Kisiis is korora. Then to dream in Kisiis is korota, which is the same as Luganda, korota. Even the Shonas, they say kulota. So it's the same here. Birds in Kisiis, they say enyoni. In Luganda, we say echinyonyi. If it's one, if it's many, ebinyonyi. And enyoni, this word again, if you look properly, I mean, if you try to look it out, the other Bantu in different African countries, they also say enyoni. Yeah, so that's it. Then again in Kisiis, they say for house, they say enka, enka. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it well, but they say either eka or enka. And then for house again, they say enyomba. This is very similar to Luganda, which says house is enyumba, and being at home, it means eka. While here, they are saying enka or eka. I don't know whether it's referring to being at home or it still refers to house. But in Luganda, we say eka, eka, at home, that is at home. And I've heard in Zulu, they say ekaya, meaning home again, Zulu and Ndebele. Okay, so in Kisiis again, they say, for tree, they say omote, omote. And in Luganda, we say omuti. In Shona, they say muti. So again, we see these words are similar. Then in Kenya, again, Kisiis, they still say, amaiso, amaiso for eyes. And or if you've watched that video of Bantu, common words, you will see that amaiso is also features as a common Bantu word, because you find it in many of the Bantu groups. The Basoga, the Baganda in Uganda, they say amaso. In Shona, they say amaziso, meso, all those kind of sounds. Okay, then again in Kisiis, they say tata for daddy, and we also say that in Luganda, tata for daddy. We say it in Luganda. All right. Mainly translating into Luganda, because that's where my mother came from. So we spoke that language more than we spoke our dad's language. In fact, my dad's language, I know very few words. I feel so ashamed and so embarrassed, but I'm trying very hard to learn. It's Lusoga. It's a very sweet language, and I would like to learn it. Yeah, they say that the Basoga, they sing when they are talking. They don't talk, but they sing. That's how the language sounds. Okay, and Basoga again, there are some words which they share with the Shonas, like you find the word kulila. In Shona they have it is to cry, and even in Busoga they say okulila, okulila, yeah, to cry. So that's it. Now we are going to go to another commentator again telling us about the words in Kisiis, how similar they are to other Bantu words. And he says that Kisiis, goat, they say embori, embori. And we know most people in Bantu, they say embuzi. So yeah, you can always say that. That is to go back to the other commentator, my subscriber, who says these words are the same. The sounds are the same, although the letters may be a bit, you know, maybe a bit different. Yeah, but they sound the same. Then this commentator goes on to say, dog in Kisiis, they say esese, isese, or yeah, isese, okay. Then they say hen, they call it enkoko. Then crocodile, in Kisiis, they call it emamba, emamba. In Luganda, emamba is a what is it? Emamba is a type of fish. It's a type of fish. I've heard this word in Swaziland, Eswatini. People tell us because I think my mother-in-law, she was a Swazi, and she came from anyway, in Luganda we have a clan called Mamba, Mamba, the Mambas. But in Eswatini they have Mamba as well. Tell us what it means. Then this person again goes on to tell us in Kisiis they have the word ng'ombe, ng'ombe for cow. We know this in Swahili, and in Shona they say the same word. Then meat in Kisiis they say enyama. Water in Kisiis they say amache, amache. And we've all know that most people, Bantu words, they say amazi for water, amache now, amadi in Lusoga, they say amadi, water, amadi. Then some people I found there's a group which says, call it emvura, emvura. And it's some Bantu from the southern part of Africa, they call water emvura. Like even the Shona, they say emvura. Okay. Let's see here. Elders in Kisiis, they call them abakoro. Now look at that. Abakoro is like saying abakulu. Because in Luganda we say abakulu. That is our elders. We call them abakulu. Then we find in Shona, abakulu, they'll call them badala, badala, abadala. Yeah. And then you find it's similar again to you know, it's similar, abakoro, abakulu, abadala. Abadala, like in Luganda, when we say abadala, it means the abedda, that is the ones who came before us. Abedda is a bit similar, it's in that same family. Abedda, abakoro, abakulu, is almost similar to that. So we're not very far from the people who say abadala for the elders. In Luganda, for us, we used to say, like the ancestors, the elders, we say abedda, the ones who were there before us. Yeah. Then fire, again, we are still on Kisiis. In Kenya, the Bantus of Kenya, the Kisiis, they call fire omorero, yeah. Okay, omote, omorero. So you see the Kisiis, I've noticed, instead of putting U in their words, they are putting O. Yeah? So they are using o instead of you. Like if you say omorero, in Luganda we say omu, omuliro, omuliro, not omo. So it's just similar really. You wouldn't get lost if you were to go there and visit. You wouldn't get lost. Now we've got another commentator from Malawi, the Chewa, the Bantus from Chewa. They say goat, they call it mbuzi, which you now all know mbuzi, what it means. If you muntu, mbuzi, from the majority of the Bantu they call it mbuzi, they call it goat. Even those who don't call it goat, embori, like Kisiis, is almost the same. Embuzi, embuzi, emburi, they say embori instead. Okay, then we have kuseka, which is laughing. Then the Chewa people, they call water mazi. They call cow ng'ombe, cow. They call aeroplane ndege. As you see, ndege, again, the Swahili, in Swahili we say ndege, we say ng'ombe for cow. The Chewa people in Malawi call meat nyama. As you also see, nyama, we've been talking about it in those past episodes, is common in most Bantu words. We find it in Shona, we find it in Uganda, we find it in Congo, we find it in Zambia. Yeah, so it's a common word. Then they say for the Chewas, they say for life, they call it moyo. Now in Luganda, moyo is spirit. It refers to spirit. When it comes to life, we say obulamu. Obulamu. Bulamu is life. Obulamu wange, that is my life. Obulamu wo, that is your life. Okay, for them they say moyo, for life. For us moyo is spirit. Your spirit is moyo. Okay, then they call stop yima. Stop is yima. Wearing is vala. Old people, akulu. Now look at that. Akulu, bakulu. What did the Kisiis tell us here? They say for them, their elders, they call them abakoro. You see, it's just the same. Granny, agogo. Agogo. I've had agogo in Zimbabwe. They say gogo. I've had gogo in South Africa. Gogo. And here again, the Chewa, they say gogo. For us in Uganda, the Baganda, they say jaja. The Basoga, they say dada. Dada. For granny. Dada. Okay. Then we see old man, madala. Madala, just as we've said, madala is also in Shona, they say madala. Chicken, they say kuku. Sima is thick pap. Now this one is also in Zambia. The Bemba, is it the Bemba or the Nyanja? They also say sima, usima, for pap, thick pap. They say usima. Then this one in Swahili, they say what do they say in Swahili now? In Kenya, what do they call thick pap in? Oh, now the names, I don't know, when you're making these programs, the names tend to go. Okay, anyway, it will come back. In Luganda, we say kaunga. Then in Shona, they say saza. Yeah, for the same thing. Vula is to open. For the open is vula. That is the Chewa people of Malawi. They say for open the door, they say vula. I've heard this in Shona, vula, vura. And I think the Kiswahili is the same thing. Vura mulango. Yeah, I think it's the same thing. Njovu in Chewa is elephant. come, they say ija, ija. In Shona, they say uya, or they can say buera, to come. Thakati, fiti is which. Thakati is which. Okay, so that's the Chewa words for Bantu. And again, we see the similarities here. Now, this Chewa Bantu, their words, I see they talk, their words are very similar to most of the Shona words. And also they are very similar to Kiswahili as well. So the similarities continue. The similarities in these languages continue. So that's what I wanted to tell you today. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. As usual, like, share, comment, and subscribe. It's Susan talking to you today, as usual, as always. And I would like you to stay safe. Just look after yourselves, and we'll see each other the next time. You do take care. Bye now. Before I finish, I just wanted to thank all the commentators. Thank you so much for your comments. It's because of your comments that I've been able to produce this episode. So I urge you to continue commenting and providing other words in the our languages so that we can continue to share. You take care now. I thank you so much. Bye.